Yo, so today I'm going to be breaking down this Hyperpop beat I made. So I feel like this beat kind of has like a different tone to it, like it's not really smooth. It's kind of more of an aggressive beat. So I started off by making this pattern, and the base of this pattern is right here. And really it's just these notes repeating to give it rhythm, a bass note that follows this, and then the same over here, and then a top line to kind of make half of a chord. And then also in the bass line, I added an extra note here just to give it a little bit more rhythm. So it hits twice and then it goes into the second half. After that, I layered this top line, which isn't really that complex. It just kind of goes down the scale and then does a little roll. Does the same thing over here, just goes up and then down. Nothing really like fast or anything, just like real smooth. So I'm gonna grab a drier sound so you can actually like hear the pattern. And I like to use in the Mirror Touch kit blunt one shot. So here's the pattern with a dry mallet. Okay, so this is a 16 bar pattern, and I normally don't make my melodies this long. I usually stick to 8 bars, but I have it so everything's playing in these 4 bars, and then only the very top line melody, which is really simple, and the chords are playing in this one. And then only the top line melody and the chords for this one, and then just the chords, and then I have them duplicated and flipped up an octave. So when I arrange it, I'll have more options to go through. And for this first pattern, I use this synth. It's the laid one in the Adapt Volume 2. And this is what it sounds like. So it's kind of got like a cool reverse effect to it. I just thought that was a really good bass sound. For the second sound, I grabbed a pluck from Serum, and I just have this playing the repetitive notes and then the extra bass notes that like give it a little bit more bounce, and then like half of the top line melody. And this is turned down real low and has a stereo imager on it, so it really just sits in the background and gives it a little bit more rhythm. This pattern is super simple. It's just meant to sit in the back of the melody. Then for the first counter melody, I have this sound, and it's actually layered with another sound that's similar, but it's like a pluck with a crazy delay on it. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting, so I added it. And then I realized that this sound in the Mirror Touch one shot section, it sounds really similar to that. So I took that and I layered it, but I only have it hitting twice per every 4 bars. And these sounds are panned to opposite sides too. And in the second half, I have it put down 5 semitones, just so it stays in the same scale, but there's a little bit of a difference. So those two sounds together sound like this. It's just a nice, really simple counter melody, because I did want to make a crazy lead pattern, which is what I added next. So for this pattern, I kind of, I just copied that faster top line and then added, well, I didn't copy it here. I just spaced these 2 notes out because I thought it sounded nice. But I believe this is the fast lead in the Adapt Volume 2 again, because I'm trying to like use that because I just got it and it's pretty cool. I highly recommend grabbing it. And here's the lead pattern. So it's a pretty cool pattern, and it fits nicely with that synth. And then the final sound for the melody I added was just a sub bass that copies the bass notes. I just added this sub bass to fill in the lower end in the intro and in parts where the 808 isn't in the beat. So here's the melody altogether, but I did add a love filter and halftime for the intro part. So it will sound a little bit different here because there'll be halftime and a filter. Yes, that's the melody. I think it's a pretty cool melody in my opinion, but that's probably just because I made it and it probably sounds like buns. But then for the drums, I started off with a clap, just in the normal spacing. It's the highest clap. I mean, it's a clap, it's in the normal spaces, like. And then the second thing I added was a 2-step hi-hat, and then I added this 808 pattern, which just follows the bass notes. And since I have another 8 bars over here, I did another 808 pattern that's way more simplified, and there's not as much like up and down, it's not as busy for other sections of the beat. So here's the 808 pattern. And then here's the less busy pattern. So how I got this cool slide effect is I took the note that it was supposed to play. So it was supposed to play A there. So I put the A down an octave and put a slide note right on top of it. And I kept the slide note, the normal velocity, but on the normal note, I turned it all the way down so you get an effect like this. So it's kind of like a reverse, but it's a lot easier than doing the other method where you put a note down, select it, hit Alt-U, and then hold right click and drag it like that. So it would sound like this. It's just a little bit easier and it sounds a little bit cleaner. Next I have this kick pattern, and I left it real open because I only wanted to accent some of the 808s. And I have it playing on F sharp just because that's the key of the beat. It's an F sharp minor. So yeah, it just repeats that over the 16 bars. Next, I added this open hat, and I have it play normally, and then I have it play right after, but the velocity is halfway, so you get kind of a delay effect without using a delay. And then for the second half, I got rid of that, so it just hits one. Again, just for the arrangement and making, like, giving myself more of a variety of sounds to choose from. So after I added that open hat, I went in and I removed the 2-step and I actually did a real hi-hat pattern. So I just have these low notes and they're going down in velocity. I always like to add low notes into my hi-hat patterns. It makes it feel a little bit more unique. And then I have some really fast rolls that decline in velocity, so you get a sound like this. It's just a cool sound. And then I kind of just added other rolls with the same decline in velocity where I felt they were fit. And the same thing with lower notes. And then it just goes into this 2-step here. And I'm gonna say it again, just for variety in the arrangement of the beat. So there's only 2 more drum sounds that I added, which is a snare just in the normal spots. real simple. And then I layered the open hi-hat with a shaker. Well, I layered the part that was down halfway, so it kind of just adds to it and they mesh together. I thought it was a cool sound. And for the mixing of the beat, I really didn't do anything crazy. I just kind of cleaned things up with EQs and imagers, and I added a delay on some things. So I'm not really going to show that because it's not really that interesting. But for the arrangement, the only really crazy thing I did was this intro part where I have the drums gradually come in when the love filter comes on and the halftime comes on. And that's pretty much it. And then I added some pauses, had the sub bass come in when the 808s aren't in. I don't really think there's anything to talk about here, but here's what that intro sounds like.
Pineapple!
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And overall, the drums are pretty aggressive and loud. I don't know, I just felt like that this beat kind of fit that. Then for the outro, I was gonna do the thing where you record it and then add the effects to that, but I realized I already had a halftime on the mixer, so I just had that come in for the outro, and it sounds like this. And then at the same time as that, the master volume goes down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought I'd just make a quick little video because I thought this beat was, I got a bloody nose. Oh, yeah, I got a bloody nose. It's bad. I don't want to be bleeding on my white desk. That's not good. But drop a sub if you liked it. Hit me up if you need loops. Just DM me on Instagram. I send out loops every Monday. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys have a splendid evening. No, it's dinner time. Wait, evening is... Oh, God.